Hey everybody, it is me, Mike V. I am the founder and learning experience designer at quiz.com, where I'm building innovative learning experiences. A couple of things I'm working on, in instructional design, learning experience design workshop, along with a poker, specifically No Limit Hold'em tournament poker workshop series. And I want to talk a little bit about that course as it relates to all of the courses that I might, try to build in the future, and the ones I'm currently building, and the ones in the future. And I think what I want to really hit home here is when I want to talk just about, the World Series final table itself last night. The final two players. I will start there. Really, both players I hold in high regard because I think they both did extremely well under the circumstances of not having really adequate rest to cognitively perform like they should. Rest is hugely important when you're trying to accomplish something, when you're trying to learn something, trying to do something. Getting rest is what our brains need to function. So sleep. Get good sleep. Take naps. Do whatever it is you have to do. Right? Phil Hellmuth on the broadcast last night was talking about how he, takes naps during breaks, doesn't mind being late if he misses a couple blind because he's getting that rest that he needs to recover, because, what he would lose in not being sitting at the table is less than he would in the long run of not being prepared, cognitively ready to perform at or as close to his peak as possible. So, all things considered, both players did phenomenal. I couldn't stay up through the whole thing. I woke up here and there and rewound, and kind of woke up this morning. It was over, and then rewound and saw the final hand. Not going to get into any of the details of it, but what I want to do here is talk about my own plans with this poker experience workshop. My own personal goals for this course workshop series that I'm putting together is to be able to play in the six-handed No Limit Hold'em tournament, the $1,500 buy-in World Series of Poker 2019. The $10,000 main event. $10,000 is a lot of money. When I win the six-handed tournament, I'll play in the 10K. Anyway, so having a plan, having a destination, having an X on the map is vital for accomplishing anything. In learning, in games, in business, in life in general, having an X on the map is vital to your success. So the X on the map for me is winning that six-handed No Limit Hold'em poker tournament. So along the way here, what I'm going to build out with this poker No Limit Hold'em tournament poker workshop series is going to focus on the preparation aspect of playing, and not so much on the intricacies of gameplay and decisions that you're going to make. It'll get into that, of course, but that's not going to be the focus. The focus is going to be on mentally, physically preparing for that tournament next year. So I have about a year to do it. This workshop series is going to I'll build that out along this year. I think it's going to be a great experience, hopefully for everybody involved. Because that X on the map, right, when you have that X, it's easy then to put some goals and destinations along the way, which are vital, right? In order for you to continue and sustain your own motivation. Doing anything is worthwhile is inherently difficult. Learning new things is inherently difficult. If you're trying to learn something and what you're doing is easy, my money is on that you're not actually learning anything. Because learning new things is difficult. Starting a new business is difficult. Changing your business strategy, it's all difficult. There's all going to be moments of frustration, and you're going to struggle at times with your motivation. It's going to be real easy at times to want to quit. And when those moments is when you want to quit, you've heard it before, those are the moments where you're right near a breakthrough. So having goals, simple, accomplishable goals, and not necessarily simple, but reasonable, accomplishable goals along the way is vital for any successful endeavor. But that X there, hey Google, turn off the alarm. Having that X
to cancel an alarm. There are none set at the moment.
This is always exciting. So let me do this. Hey Google, turn off the alarm. Just had a Doug Polk moment. All right, so X on the map, having that destination is vital. As a component of, a strategy for success, a strategy for reaching a goal, but also for design, right? Like as I think about this poker workshop series, and I'm using that as an example because like anything else, any other workshop that I would build, whether it's HTML, CSS, whether it's social media, experience design, any of that stuff, what we're thinking about here is backwards design, right? We have our X on the map. Now we need to identify what we need to pack in our bag in order for us to move through the path to get there. So thinking about where we want to go, how we want to end up, that helps us put together objectives, right? Whether they're learning objectives, doing objectives, whatever you want to call them, those dashes that connect, right? Goals that get us to that X. That's when we're designing an experience, a learning experience. Those are the things that once we know where that X is, we can break that down, and that helps us build out the structure, because each of those little goals along the way, we should be able to do something by the end of that, right? By the end of this goal, I should be able to daily meditate for 15 minutes. By the end of this goal, I should be able to focus playing cards for 6 hours. By the end of this goal, I should be able to focus playing 10 hours. By the end of this goal, right, 2 days, 10 hours, and build up that stamina, right? Working out your brain, working out is just like working out your body, right? You have to build that stamina, and you have to make habits of things, because habits are the way our brain saves energy. So some of the things that, guys were thinking about a lot, and I think that's why they were actually able to play. The two guys, Sin and Miles, that played last night, they played very well considering the conditions of lack of sleep, but they had played throughout the last 3 days so fast, that final table moved so fast that I don't think any real cognitive energy was really wasted. I mean, the only time they took time was when they had honest, difficult decisions that they needed to think through. So it's exciting to be able to put this together. It's exciting, to think about being successful. The other part of being successful here is the understanding that your plan isn't worth shit, right? Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. You have to build in those punch in the face moments. You just have to. Because what happens when you get punched in the face is you're going to end up scrambling if you don't have a plan. And you're going to throw spaghetti at the wall, and you're going to waste so much time and energy. Having a plan B is vital to your success. How does that relate to when you're learning something? It's a good question. I don't really have the answer to it right now. I guess your plan B is just, let's say your plan A is that I want to read a chapter a week. Okay? So you realize, hey, you know what, if I can't do a chapter a week, then I'm going to try to do 3 pages a day, because maybe that'll work better for me. That's your plan B, right? Have an adjustable goal. Your goal hasn't necessarily changed, but how you get there is. Your milestones along the way haven't changed. They may have changed slightly, but not much. But how you're going to get there may have changed based on the realities of the situation, right? You're going down a path, you're following the map to the treasure, and the Google Maps, right, says, hey, you're going to take this road all the way there, and boom, road construction. Now Google would know about that, but back in the day, I've had Google take me to a dead end that was supposed to go on for another 10 miles. What do? Have to have a plan B. So, how does that relate to anything in the world? Plans. Gotta have plans, gotta write things down. Gotta use backwards design to work back from what your goal is. Come up with some objectives, some measurable objectives. Be real with yourself about what you can actually accomplish now, what you'd like to be able to accomplish, set real attainable milestones along the way. And when you get punched in the face, which you will, accept it for what it is. It is reality. It is something each and every one of us goes through. So before you set out on your path towards that goal, make sure it's what you really want to do. We live in a world right now where most of us, a lot of us, can do anything. Now, yes, there are exceptions to that. There are all kinds of things I don't want to really get into right now to discuss because it's a big, huge topic that's going to take longer than the time I can dedicate here. But really, 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 really think about what it is that you want to do. What is it that you want to accomplish? What's a meaningful thing that you want to accomplish in your life? Then take a long, hard look at that, right? Hey, you know what? I want to be an astronaut. Well, then look and see what it takes to be an astronaut. Build that backwards, how it's going to take to get there. Build out a plan B. And then take a long, hard look in the mirror. And before you step out on that road, ask yourself, is this what I really want to do when shit hits the fan? Because it will. Peace and love. Nanu, nanu.